Nobody tells hockey parents this when they sign their child up. You think you're registering for a sport, but hockey is so much more than that. It's early mornings, cold rinks, equipment that somehow never stops growing, car rides, tournament weekends, life lessons, friendships, and sometimes a whole lot of confusion. If you're new to hockey, you may feel like everyone else knows something you don't. The good news? Every hockey parent started exactly where you are. So today, let's talk about what hockey parents really need to know. Not just about hockey, but about surviving and enjoying the youth hockey journey. Number one is you don't need to know hockey to be a great hockey parent. Let's start with the biggest misconception. Many parents think, I don't know hockey, I never played, I don't understand the rules. What if I can't help my child? Here's the truth your child doesn't need a hockey expert, they need a parent, a supportive parent, a caring parent, a consistent parent, a parent who shows up. Some of the best hockey parents never played a day in their lives. Because being a hockey parent isn't about knowing every rule, it's about helping your child navigate the experience. And the hockey experience can be pretty challenging. So your support matters from day one. Number two is the most important thing isn't what you think. Most parents focus on skill development skating, shooting, passing, scoring. And yes, those things matter, but they're not the most important thing your child is learning. Hockey teaches responsibility, resilience, teamwork, accountability, time management, handling adversity, and learning from mistakes. Most players won't become college players. Most won't become professional players. But every player can develop skills that help them throughout life. When parents understand this, everything changes. Wins and losses become less important. Development becomes more important. The experience becomes more important. And often, kids enjoy the game more. Number three is comparison is the fastest way to ruin the experience. This might be one of the hardest lessons in youth sports. Every player develops differently. Some kids are stars at age 8. Some don't find their stride until age 14. Some are physically mature early. Others catch up later. The problem? Parents often compare to teammates, to siblings, to other teams, to social media, to rankings, to statistics. And comparison rarely helps. Your child doesn't need to be better than someone else. They need to be better than they were yesterday. Progress is the goal, not comparison. The healthiest hockey families focus on growth, not rankings. Number four is let the coaches coach. This one can be difficult, especially when you care deeply about your child. Parents naturally want to help, but there's a difference between support and coaching. After games, many kids don't need a breakdown of every mistake. They already know, they lived it. What most kids need is support, encouragement, perspective, and sometimes simply, I loved watching you play. The ride home shouldn't feel like a performance review because eventually kids start associating hockey with pressure instead of joy. Number five is your child is watching more than you think. Kids pay attention, not just to what parents say, but what parents do. They notice how you talk about coaches, how you talk about teammates, how you talk about officials, how you react after losses, how you react after mistakes. Parents often tell kids, control what you can control, but then spend entire games yelling about things they can't control. Kids learn far more from our behavior than our speeches. If we want resilient athletes, we have to model resilience. We want respectful athletes, we have to model respect. Number six is hockey can feel overwhelming sometimes. There will be seasons when hockey feels like a lot. The schedule, the travel, the expenses, the logistics, the emotions, the uncertainty. Every hockey family experiences it. There will be times when your child struggles. There will be times when they sit more than they want. Times when they don't make the team they hoped for. Times when they lose confidence. These moments are difficult, but they're also opportunities. Because growth rarely happens when everything goes perfectly. It happens when players learn to work through challenges, and parents learn how to support them through those challenges. Number seven is about what kids remember years later. Here's something interesting. Former players rarely remember every score. They rarely remember every statistic. They rarely remember every tournament result. What they remember is the teammates, the friendships, the road trips, the locker room laughs, the traditions, the people, and the memories. Years later, those moments matter far more than standings. That's why creating positive experiences matters so much, because childhood hockey only happens once. And number eight is about what great hockey parents do differently. Great hockey parents aren't perfect. They make mistakes, they get emotional, they worry, they care deeply. but they consistently do a few things well. They focus on effort, not outcomes. They celebrate growth, not perfection. They encourage resilience, not fear of failure. They prioritize enjoyment, not just achievement. And most importantly, they remember hockey belongs to the child, not the parent. The goal isn't to create the perfect hockey player. The goal is to help your child develop through hockey. That's a much healthier and more rewarding goal. If you're a hockey parent, here's what I want you to remember. You don't need all the answers. You don't need to know every rule. You don't need to be the perfect sports parent. You simply need to keep showing up, supporting your child, learning along the way, and remembering why they started playing in the first place. Because someday the hockey journey will end, but the lessons, the memories, the confidence, the relationships, those stay forever. And that's what makes youth hockey so special. If you're a hockey parent, what's one thing you wish someone had told you before your family's hockey journey began? Share it in the comments below. And if you're looking for Hockey Explained Simply for hockey moms, parents, and families, subscribe to the Hockey Village. Because learning the game is important, but enjoying the journey matters even more.